Hey guys, welcome to another Python tutorial, and in this video we're going to dive deeper into what strings are and how to use them. So if you're ready, let's get started. So here we are in Visual Studio Code, and I have a file already created called strings.py, and let's start. So the first thing we have to know about strings is how to create one. So I've already discussed how to create one, and if you haven't watched that video, I go over the introduction and the basics of what a string is and how to create one. But we're going to quickly create a string, and we're going to call it, well, we're just going to put Silas. So now what makes strings different from other types of variables is how you can access their elements by using an index. So an index is just a number to access a specific element in a string, in this case. So to access the letter, well, let's see, L, all we would do is we would put in left and right brackets, and this is going to declare that we're trying to access an index or get a certain letter from my name, and then we would count the letter we want to access. So we would do 0, 1, and 2. We always start from 0 because in Python and almost any programming language, you always start from 0, you never start from 1. So to access L, instead of doing 1, 2, 3, you would access the second element, 0, 1, 2. And this would print L. So if we print this to the terminal, what we get here is the letter L. And that's correct. So this is what makes a string different from any other type of variable. Because with a Boolean, you cannot access an element from a Boolean, because a Boolean is just simply either true or false. And the same goes for an integer. An integer is either only, well, a number, and that's kind of it. You can't access any part of the number, it's just strictly a number. 12 is 12. You can't access the 1, and you cannot access the 2. 12 is just 12. But a string, on the other hand, is different. You can actually access each individual letter and print it to the terminal. So now, knowing that, what we can do is we can create a for loop and print each individual letter to the terminal. So for a letter, which you have seen me do this in previous lessons, if you do not know what a for loop is or how to create one in Python, I have a video showing you how to do that, but we are going to continue, and we are going to say for letter in my name, print letter. And what this is going to do is it's going to print each individual letter in my name. So if we run that, it should say SILAS, and that's exactly what we get down here. So this is the power of strings. So if we want to check if a certain letter or a character is in a string, then we can easily check that. So to do that, what we can do is if S in my name. So what we're doing here is we're checking if the letter or character S is in my name, which is the variable. We are going to print accepted. Else, we are going to print another error message. We'll say sorry, we don't want you here. There we go. So something like that. And this is technically how we can check for, maybe let's say in a real case scenario, if we submitted a form, and before we actually submit the form, we want to check the inputs and say, okay, well, if this character is in this input, then do this, otherwise we won't accept the form. So in this case, we're checking if S is in my name, and it is, because it's Silas, so it has actually 2 S's, so we're definitely going to be accepted. So we're going to see it accepted instead of sorry, we don't want you here. So if we run this, boom, we get accepted. But now let's say we did John, right? Well, if we do John, it says sorry, we don't want you here. And wow, these people are mean. Anyway, the point is, this is the power of strings. So in a future lessons, I'm going to continue to show more examples and more use cases and the power of strings, like, for example, the concatenation operator, what it is and how that works. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in future videos.